Welcome to our Friday in the kitchen. So excited today because tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So we're going to make a little chocolate mousse treat for Valentine's Day. And it is so simple. If you like chocolate, this could be your go-to to keep in the fridge when you need just a spoonful of lovin' in the daytime. All right. So, and of course, I'm pairing my chocolate mousse with some strawberries for the romantic Valentine's Day. Not that I have any romance in my life these days, but that's okay. All right. So I just was, while we were having some fun bopping to the music and enjoying Neil Diamond and Taylor Swift, I cut up some strawberries here. And because of Valentine's Day, they've got them fresh in the stores right now. So I washed them up. All I'm going to do is add a touch of lemon juice. And best is to use real lemon. But if you don't have real lemon, this is my go-to. I have a organic pure lemon, not from concentrate juice that I use if I don't have lemons on hand. So yeah, I mean, it's always what's the best, but our motto is done is better than perfect. So I'm just going to put a little bit, like a half a teaspoon on, just to kind of get the juices coming out. And I'm going to add a little bit of maple syrup. Again, this is all just to get the juices out. Now I chose to do fresh because I like having a fresh element. And I just cut up the strawberries so they're in chunks, which is all good. You could, if you have a little mini food processor, you could do this in and kind of make it into a puree in your food processor. You could put it in the blender and make a little puree. And then you could maybe, instead of using maple syrup, you could maybe use a date to get some sweetness in it. So that's that. And I'm just going to stir it up. And we're going to let it sit for a few moments. And as I'm talking about dates, I realized I forgot to bring my dates out of the fridge. I always keep my dates in the fridge because that way they stay fresh, because dates can go moldy if they're stored too long. So I always keep them in the fridge for a little preventative. And if you ever open up a date and it's black on the inside, that's a good sign that there's mold. You want to throw that one out. But like most of the ones I have are perfectly fine. I think I've run across one date in all the time I've been doing all of this raw food stuff and cooking for 4 years. I think one date. Let me go get my dates from the fridge. All right, now I'm ready. So we've got our strawberries on the side. The other thing you can do is you could make like a jam by just lightly cooking the strawberries. And so in the recipe, I've given you the 3 alternatives. You can pick which one you would like, what suits you. But let me put this to the side now, and my beautiful strawberries to the side. And we're going to get to the blender. This is the big deal. Okay. So you have 2 choices for the fat that you put into this. And of course, it's healthy fat. You could use avocados or you could use cashews. And because my kids use a lot of avocados, but this week our oven was on the fritz, so they didn't use as many avocados as they usually do for their avocado toast. So I'm going to use up a couple of avocados. And if you're doing cashews, what you can do is soak the cashews in advance, about a cup of cashews, and we're soaking them for 2 reasons. One, to remove the enzyme inhibitors that keep the nuts from spoiling, and that enzyme inhibitor layer on the outside coating is actually very hard for us to digest. And people actually call it an anti-nutrient. It's hard, because it's hard for us to digest and absorb the nutrients when that enzyme inhibitor is on the nuts. So that's one reason you would soak them. The other is that if you don't soak them, the cashews are grainy and you're not getting that smooth texture for your mousse. So you're welcome to do that. And like I said, because I've got a plethora of avocados right now, I'm going to do avocados. So I'm going to do 2 avocados. I got my big knife here. I'm going to just pierce them. You got to be really careful. And oh, when you open up your avocado, this is where you get the surprise. Is it good or is it not? Now, my avocados still have a little bit of the stem on it. And once that stem is removed, then air can get into the avocado and it can go like black faster. And I never know what I'm going to get. Look at that. Woo, that's a beautiful avocado. Oh, I love it. When I see that beauty avocado in the side, I love it. So I'm just going to take out the pit, put it on the side, and scoop this in. Now, on a previous In the Kitchen, Kathy asked about how come some of the avocados are hard and don't seem to ripen. So I looked into it, and what happens is they pick them too soon. So they're picked too early, and then that's why. But also, this was totally counter to what I was thinking. The rounder they are, the more likely they are to ripen. When they are more oval or pear-shaped at the top, then sometimes that pear-shaped bit at the top won't ripen. And that was a total surprise to me. All right, let me get this second one. Again, being very careful. If you probably advisable, you could use a cutting board for this too, so that if you're concerned. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. They're nice and soft and ripe. Beautiful. So we're going to add that in. And one more side here. So this one, I'm just going to pop it out because it doesn't want to stab with my knife, and I don't want to cut myself. So, all right, and getting some comments from the cheap seats here. Boys, quiet. Finley. What did you do? They probably hear something at the front door. Yay. Typical dogs. All right. So we have our avocado. Hopefully the dogs settle down. I'm going to do 3 dates. So you can put however many dates you feel you need for the sweetness. I put 2 to 3 in the recipe. Now I'm just going to open them up. Now you can soak them if they're really not very soft. They're kind of on the hard side. I would soak them for about 15 minutes. And so you can see my dates here they're white inside, so they're good. Like I said, I think I've had once where I had one that was black inside, but these ones are fresh enough. So I got these at Costco. They are organic medjool dates from Israel. So I got them there. And again, I'm putting in 3. If you feel you want more sweetness in it, then you by all means add more dates to it. That's all there is to it. It's very flexible here. All right. And if you soak them, your blending will not take as long either, which is one good thing about soaking them. Now I've got some oat milk here that I'm going to add in. So I've just got a 1/4 cup of oat milk. Now I don't think everybody can get this. I have been looking for oat milk that just has 3 ingredients. That's it. Or 2 to 3 ingredients. It's really hard to find. Now I found this in Canada at Superstore.
They have it here at Healthy Planet and in Broja.
Okay. Healthy Planet. You can get it. I also saw it at Whole Foods. The reason
I was gonna say Whole Foods, Costco.
I haven't seen this at Costco, but I haven't looked. Okay, 3 ingredients. It has filtered water, organic gluten-free oats, and amylase, which is an enzyme but I would say 90% of the oat milks and plant-based milks out there have a long list of ingredients and additives. So if you can find something that is just 2 to 3 ingredients, and also this one is economical because the top of the line is Elmhurst plant-based milks, and they're like $9 for a liter or for a quart. So they're pretty expensive. This one comes in at more like $3.50, if I recall. It's been a while since I bought it, but it's more economical. But again, just watch and pay attention to your ingredients when you're buying. If you've bought something else, use it up. Don't sweat. Don't get anxious and stressed about it. Just use it up. It's all good. Okay, gonna add in, now this recipe, I designed this recipe to add in protein because I know a lot of women want to make sure they're getting enough protein. I will tell you that you're getting enough protein. There's very few protein deficiencies in the Western world. About 3% of people have a protein deficiency, but people are concerned about protein, so I made sure. So we added a little bit of almond butter to add some protein here. So we've got that. We also have some hemp hearts that add in protein and healthy fat. So I've got 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts. Now, I buy a big bag of hemp hearts where? Of course, at Costco. And I put them in the freezer because they have omega-3 fatty acids in them. I put them in the freezer to store. I don't leave them in the cupboard at all. You could put them in the fridge as well, but I just find it's easy to put in the freezer. I've got my dates. I'm going to add a little bit of, I've got to add my cacao powder. That's what makes it chocolate. I have some here. Now, cacao powder, this is organic raw cacao powder. And when you're buying, look for something that is free trade or fair trade, because there are a lot of not so nice corrupt practices around coffee and cacao or chocolate. So I always look for something that is fair trade and organic. So this is one of the brands. There's many brands that you can get. This one came from the Dominican Republic. And I have some here. Where's my, I keep losing my stuff. I thought this is like a small recipe. I have some that I had. So I'm gonna put about, you could put 2 to 3 tablespoons, depends on how chocolatey you like it. And I'm just gonna finish this off so I can get rid of this bowl. Bam, just like that. So this is the cacao powder. And I gotta put a little bit of cinnamon. You don't have to put cinnamon, but I'm just gonna add a little bit of cinnamon to this. Half a teaspoon. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in. It's so messy. So I just add a little bit of cinnamon. You could add vanilla extract as well. And I have some maca powder that I'm going to add. So maca is a adaptogen. And so it's going to help. This is optional. You don't have to add this in. I've got some stuff in the recipe. I'll give you a little bit about it. So there are different kinds of maca powder that you can buy. I have one here that's a blend of yellow, red, and black maca. And again, so you could buy yellow, red, or black. The other thing that you can buy gelatinized maca, and that actually means that it's been heated so that it has easier digestion. So if you have any digestion issues or you're new to it, you might start with the gelatinized maca. It's not anything to do with gelatin. It's just that they've removed some of the starch when they've heated it, so it's easier to digest. And black maca is associated with stamina. Red maca is commonly chosen for hormone health and support, and yellow maca is probably the most widely known and widely used, and that one is for balance, kind of balance within, just a balanced version. So this is really about energy and mood support. So I'm just going to add a teaspoon of that in here. And you don't have to, but nobody will know if you put it in. This is a great way to just add in a little bit of extras for a little nutrient boost, is by adding in some adaptogens, just like this. So I'm just going to add about a teaspoon. Boom. And it kind of has, I think it kind of has, it's a mild flavor. I don't know if you can see, it's a kind of a beige color. And it's pretty mild. Some of the adaptogens like ashwagandha is very bitter. This one is very mild. So it can be a nice addition to something like this where we've got some sweetness. All right, and I think that's everything. You could add a pinch of salt if you'd like. I'm gonna leave that out. And all I'm gonna do is blend this up now. And that's it. See how this does. Because there's not too much liquid, I'm going to use my tamper. Now, your tamper will come with your blender, if you have a high-speed blender. And you always want to use the one that comes with your blender, because it's designed to not hit the blades. So let's go here. I'm going to add just a little bit more milk to this one. Just a little bit. I don't want to add too much because I don't want it to be runny. I want it to still be a mousse. So let me just add a touch of milk in here. I'm just going to add a bit. And away we go again. I just want to make sure that the dates get blended in. Everything else I think is good. Check it out. Let me just take a taste. Yum. Looks good. So I could probably blend it a little longer to make it smoother, but I don't want to make you ladies wait too long. All right, now comes the fun part. So take your pick of what you want to do. This is, you got lots of choices here. You've got I got 3 glasses I brought out. I could make different kinds of mousse here. I've got my mousse. All right, I'll put this on the side. I did this strawberry so we could do a little layer. So this one is kind of a plain glass. I think for Valentine's Day, this looks a little nicer and elegant. So I'm going to add in, maybe I'll do, put that there. Now you could put this in the fridge for a little bit to let it set a bit so it's easier to work with, but this is okay. I'm going to add it in. I think this is pretty thick. You could put a little more liquid if you wanted, but I'm good. Here. It's all preference. Add in some strawberries to the layer. Add another layer of chocolate mousse. Oh, I don't want to get it all messy here. This will be a pretty thick dessert. Wow. I got some on the edge. Okay. Add another layer of strawberries. And you can see the strawberries are very juicy now. And it'll add a nice freshness to cut that smooth, rich flavor that you get from the mousse. And add a little sweetness too. Beautiful. I'll add a little layer here. Yum. Just going to wipe off a little bit of this around the edge so it doesn't look so sloppy. I could add the rest of these strawberries on top. I could take a strawberry like this and add it in here. The other thing you could do if you really want to get, well, it's another option, is to add on some chocolate. I've got my grater here. You could use a microplaner. I bought a little dark chocolate bar. This one is from 80% cacao. It is dairy free. It does have cane sugar in it. The rest of it is cacao butter, vanilla, beans, and that's it. So it's not too bad, but it does have the sugar in it. So this is more for me. This is more like a decoration. Let me open this up. And I'm just going to attempt to shave a little bit on top. A little bit of this on top without making a big mess. Maybe I'm making a big mess. It's all underneath here. There. You can add some shavings on. You could add cacao nibs if you want. And you have a beautiful parfait. The other way you could do it, I say you put it in the fridge and you just, in a dish, and you just take a spoonful when you feel like it. But you could always just put it into a dish just like this with the strawberries on top. You don't have to layer it. You could just do it just like this and have a nice little dish of this one. Maybe I can add more. This might be easier to add the chocolate sprinkles too. Yeah, that's better. And and then add a strawberry on top. A nice strawberry to dip. Cheers! All right. So Esther, this is it says it makes 4, but it would make 4 smaller ones for sure. If you were making the parfait, I think it would make 2 of the parfaits. 4 of these. Depends what you want. But it's easy to add more. I got chocolate sprinkles all over my counter here. Yay! I got to get those before they fall on the floor for the dogs. All right. Now, I think I saw a couple other questions. So the cashews, you would use a cup, and it's in the recipe. The brand of the chocolate, I guess. My chocolate was just a Camino.
I think it was the milk.
The milk, it's called Natura, Natura.
Natura, okay.
Yeah. So this one is, I've seen it, like I said, I've seen it at Whole Foods. I think it, like you said, Healthy Planet probably has it.
I've seen it also in Shoppers too.
You? Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, so Shoppers and...
Of course it won't be in the States.
Yeah, I don't know about in the US. I think there's other brands, but I've just, really the main idea is to look for something with a limited number of ingredients. Costco used to get one by the case, and I used to pay $11 for a case of 6, which was great. But then they brought in their own brand, a Kirkland brand, and that one has all the additives in it. All right, let me get you the... Now, everybody thinks desserts are not healthy. I'm going to get you the recipe, but I also want to make sure I talk a little bit about how this is good for you. It's got so many things that are good for you. Let me get I got to find my... Gotta find let me see. I know where I can have the link. Here's the link. All right, so this is the link here for the chocolate mousse. Put that on the side. So we have the healthy fats, which would be avocado, hemp hearts. Also, if you use cashews, you're going to have healthy fats as well. So the fats will help to slow down digestion and support your stable blood sugar as well. Then helps your nervous system to feel steady and safe. Cashews actually also, they're a great protein that also has magnesium, iron, zinc, and copper in it. So it's got a lot. It's also got the fats in it. Cacao, which cacao powder itself has magnesium in it, which actually the magnesium supports muscle relaxation and healthy stress response. And then there's also flavonoids that support circulation and brain health. And berries, well, you could use raspberries as well. I prefer strawberries myself. That's why I bought strawberries, but raspberries are perfect. They have vitamin C. They also have fiber and antioxidants. Berries are an amazing source of antioxidants, and some nutritionists say you should have berries every day. So this is a great way to have your berries. The dates, they can provide you with the sweetness, but they're also provide us with fiber and potassium, magnesium, and some B vitamins. So it slows down the digestion and it doesn't spike your blood sugar the way that just processed sugar would. So it helps to keep the blood sugar even. And then hemp hearts actually have protein. They have omega-3 fatty acids, iron, manganese, and all of that helps for our satiety and help us feel satisfied and reduces the urge for want to go for more. And so this is, everything in here is healthy. I'm just going to go for this. You know what? The best way I like this is just to dip. Ugh, look, the leaves came off, or the stem came off. So I'm just going to dip it in there. Best way to eat the mousse. Dip it. Any questions or anything before we say goodbye?
Debbie, that looks so good.
It tastes good too. I'm not a big dessert person or chocolate person, but pairing this with strawberries, it's yes.
Looks good, Debbie.
Cheers. I wish you all a happy Valentine's Day, whether you're celebrating with others or on your own. Send some love to others and to yourself. And I'll put on we'll go back to Taylor Swift. And everyone have a beautiful weekend. Stay warm, dry, and send love to everyone. Who doesn't love?
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.